Jason, how do you press the live on this thing? All right, so I just hit live.
You should. Do you see us on the screen?
No, let me see. I do not. Yeah. We can do a test. Wait, go live.
I think I'm gonna do a deep voice for this one. As
The whole episode.
Yeah, as a tribute to our man Kevin. Did you read his comic book, Josh?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I got it stacked over there in my books. I like to look like I know that I read, so I have a stack of books. And I think I probably read maybe 3 of those books.
Oh, okay.
I just like I like when the ladies come over that they think I read.
They think
right.
read.
That's what I need to. Yeah,
that's how you do it.
He's studious.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
I have a few books I haven't read. They're just sitting there on the shelf. So, but I need to.
I'm just waiting for the movies to come out, bro.
Oh, wow.
Right. I still haven't read Will Smith's book, and I've had it for over a year now.
That's a shame of yourself.
I know.
I cheated on that one. I got the.
A lot of people did the audio. A lot of people did the audio book. I need to cheat as well.
Cheating.
I couldn't.
Jason,
focus,
go ahead
man.
and say. Jason, go ahead and do the live through Prop Josh Productions. I'll just share it.
You don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Well, we record. We open, so we are live on Facebook right now.
Oh, it's on Facebook right now.
I mean, it's on YouTube.
Oh.
To hang on the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better.
What you doing for Christmas, Brick?
I'll go to a friend's having a Friendsmas. I hate these friends giving Friendsmas terms. So I'm just going over there, man. It's pretty low key.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty low key.
I was just gonna sit at home on Christmas, and that's it. With me and my daughter, that's it.
I mean, that's kind of part of also my plan is to just chill when I can. At least one of those days that I'm off. So
yeah. My sister convinced me to drive out to see her, so I'm going out there to Vegas.
This is getting weird though that every time I come on the show that y'all third co-host is never here. It's getting
Yeah.
It's getting weird.
I swear, man. Every time we be trying to get him, he be on every other episode.
Every other episode.
There's gonna be rumors swirling that.
Or maybe y'all the same person.
Yeah.
If they hadn't heard us on the same podcast before, now they think that might be an issue between the two. These two cast
they
members
just never be right.
They don't get along.
They could just never be on there at the same time. Every time.
They don't get along.
I always think that when I see somebody that's two actors or two whoever, they're never there at the same time. Like, did they get into a fight? No.
We're basically the final. We're basically the final episode of Martin. I come.
I know, right?
Like we can't be on the same episode.
That's crazy.
At the same time.
Oh man.
I'm gonna listen to this lady. Y'all gonna patch.
Fix it in
Edit
post.
them in a few.
Fix it in post.
Fix it in post. So what we talk about this time?
Hey, I'm late on my sound effect. I wasn't ready for it.
Oh, yo, there it is.
I didn't know you were ready.
I'm always ready. You never know when I'm gonna bust out and say it.
You never know.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna ask.
Yo,
You talking about Christmas specials?
Listen,
Okay,
Oh.
break back to freestyle.
yeah.
Oh man.
Another slice of a life with Master T.J. Henderson. Super intelligent, a fine young gentleman. A 10-year-old whiskey, busting high school. A pugnacious little shorty with 1,000 IQ. He's got away with the ladies and he's keeping it real. Your favorite little study buddy, he knows the deal. That he said he's a kid, on the ball, very clever. You can say that he's bright, brainy, gifted, whatever. Your brother is smart. He's a smart guy.
Wow. Pretty impressed. Not impressed. Oh man.
Well, let me introduce myself. I am Josh, aka Prop Josh, and I'm joined by two others. There is Jason, aka Smiley,
Hey, I'm in this thing.
and there's Brick, aka Brick.
I'm
Oh
about to say
man.
AKA Frowny. Maybe I could be the opposite.
No,
Jason.
the AKA
Episode
Brick is
Smiley.
funnier.
Frowny.
Yeah, that's good.
I like it.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the Christmas special of what we talk about this time. We're going to talk about Christmas specials. We had to get Brick on here for this one because we're going to be talking about sitcom Christmas specials and stuff like that. Just any kind of Christmas special. So, whatever's your favorite. Yeah.
I got a couple locked and loaded. I'm ready. I've watched a few. I'm ready.
Okay. I was watching some stuff just now too. So
Yeah, I watched a bunch of stuff. So let's jump into it right now. So I put down the best Christmas specials. What's some Christmas specials y'all can remember? Because I remember like the ones that just came on TV and that was it for that one time. For example, Charlie Brown.
that's a classic.
Right.
Yeah.
Classic. Oh man, I always loved all of the claymations. Frosty the Snowman,
Yeah.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Those were my top two. Probably Christmas specials. I can't think. I mean, there's some new classics that I'm kind of digging now. I don't know if y'all were. Yeah, so everybody's done, but I don't know if y'all remember A Diva's Christmas Carol.
No.
All right, it was with Vanessa Williams, and she played like a diva who was of a girl group at one point, and now her life is going all left, and things ain't going right for her. And then she's visited by one of her dead bandmates, played by Chili from TLC. And basically that is about like her. She became a diva and all this other stuff. So now it's basically about their efforts to try to turn, just like the Christmas Carol. She's visited by three different spirits or whatever to recount some of the stuff. She was basically the Scrooge character. Yeah. It came out on VH1 like 20 years ago.
Man.
Oh wow.
Slipped by y'all, didn't it? Ha-ha!
Yeah, it did.
Never knew it.
But I think now I have a new I would say a new age classic. I watch This Christmas pretty much every year since it's been out. I just so many amazing actors in that film, and so it was just
and Chris Brown.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta you just look if you watch This Christmas. I'm more critical, so maybe y'all don't have to. I mean, Lauren London
is overlook her
because she's a horrible actress. And Chris,
but the
Chris
dimples,
Brown.
The dimples doesn't matter. She doesn't have to act.
Make no mistake, Lauren London is a beautiful woman. From everything I've heard about her, outside of anything that she's a good person and all this other stuff, she just can't act to save her life. Like literally, if they were like, "Hey, if you do a great performance in this movie, it will save your life," she would literally fail miserably because she just doesn't have it. I'm sorry, she just doesn't, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you, and I hope I never work with her. So I don't want her to hear this.
I've only seen that movie once.
This Christmas,
I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Orlando, you got Idris Elba, Loretta Devine, what is her name? Regina King, Laz Alonso, Mekhi Phifer, Columbus Short before he went nuts. Rick Ross. No, that's not Rick Ross. It's David Banner.
David Banner. I see. I'm looking at the list right now. I'm about to go back to that movie. I don't think I've seen it in a long time.
Is it streaming anywhere, or you got to buy it or bootleg?
It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu right now.
Okay.
I got it queued up to watch it closer to Christmas time. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Brick, make sure you get closer to the mic, or turn your volume.
Make sure closer to the mic.
Oh my goodness.
I'm never.
That sounds a lot better.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I love those stop motion stuff for the Christmas specials and stuff like Rudolph. I think that was one of the first ones I got into because I could feel Rudolph getting picked on because of his red nose and
Oh,
stuff. I felt bad for him. And then Frosty was always a tragic tale, in my opinion.
Yeah, he
mm,
He comes out
melted
and
at
plays
the
with it.
end.
Right, he always dies at the end.
wow.
I
Did you
think
ever?
I
Yeah,
think
he does.
Did you have a red nose, Josh? Is that what it was? Why you related?
no,
Is that it? Okay.
well,
All right.
yeah, I guess that's
Oh
what it
man,
was.
random tangent.
um,
Remember that song Red Nose?
oh, by Sage the Gemini, shake it like a red nose.
Oh, was that just a South thing?
I mean, I was in the South. I don't remember that at all.
It wasn't that
Really?
old. It's like
I don't know.
It's like 10 years old, maybe.
yeah, it's like 10, 15 years.
Like a red nose.
I ain't listened to
like
it.
a red nose.
I
It
have
was
not
one of those
listened
one
to.
hit wonders.
Yeah,
I've not listened to
I
it.
met the guy.
Club,
I actually met the guy
that
too.
song.
I've not listened to a song that didn't come out between after 2009. So I mean,
Yeah, definitely did.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not new. I'm not a new music guy. Not a new
Anyway,
music guy.
Random tangent. End of tangent.
Another famous Christmas special is The Grinch. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I actually watched that last night for the first time in a long time.
Like
That
the original
is-
cartoon.
Yeah, the original OG cartoon. That thing is a trip.
He was so misunderstood.
Where
So
where did you watch it?
misunderstood.
I
Is it
think
a
I watched it
Disney
on
movie?
Peacock.
Okay.
No, it's not on Disney. No, I watched it on Peacock because it was a little bit harder to find it first, and then you get on Peacock. As soon as you hit search, it pops up immediately. You don't even have to type G or H or whatever. It's just like right there. Hey, we know you want to watch The Grinch.
Mm,
And
good time.
I realized watching it as an adult, I was like, the town of Whoville is very small because
Mhm.
it said everybody from Whoville came out and sang, and it was like 20 people. And then they had a feast they had everybody in town was at the feast. Once again, 20 people at the table.
Wow.
I was like, that's why he was able to steal all their presents in one night. I was like, oh, it's because it's a neighborhood. It's like it's like a street.
One street. One street.
Yeah, my sixth grade chorus class sang the Grinch song. I still remember it to this day singing it. It's just
Oh,
crazy.
man.
You're the mean one, Mr. Grinch. We didn't sing it like that, of course, but nah, that is a class. Now, do you prefer the Jim Carrey version or the cartoon version?
I don't know. I haven't seen the Jim Carrey version in a long time, but I do like it. But you can't beat the OG.
Can't beat the classic.
Yeah,
I mean, Jim
Yeah.
Carrey's version. I don't think when I first watched it, I don't think I liked it as much because it's kind of it was a little slow for me. But I think when I rewatched it as an adult, I was like, oh wow, like it does. I don't know what I was looking for in the like the graphics or whatever 30 20 years ago when it came out, but I think it does tell the story, and I mean Jim Carrey does great. So I mean he does a great face expressions. I mean he does what you're supposed to do. If you imagine in a live action Grinch,
there was nobody better for that
That's
part.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. He's very animated. But watching that old cartoon, I love when he smiles.
It's
every time.
Well, it's crazy. I have not watched The Grinch That Stole Christmas or How the Grinch Stole Christmas in like probably about 15 years since I just ran into it like on ABC during Christmas time, and I remember it vividly, like literally from start to finish. Like I don't have to go back and watch
that
it.
long, right? It's not like it's like a
It's like a
25
30
minutes.
minute.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
25
30-minute
minutes
special.
long.
Yeah.
25 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and when I watched it, it wasn't like, oh, I remember, I remembered everything. It was like,
Yeah,
it's one of
same.
those. Yeah, like you don't have to be
Put
like,
it on.
oh, yeah. Especially it pops up on a lot of stuff. But I realized that that song is probably one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite Christmas song.
You're the foul one, Mr. Grinch.
Illumination came out. I remember that came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, that was a movie with Benedict Cumberbatch played the
Yeah,
Grinch.
that wasn't too bad. The animation
It was
pretty good.
bland.
Josh, you just do Louis Armstrong's version of the cartoon. Your voice was not. He didn't. He didn't do it.
Wow.
One, Mr. Grinch.
You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch.
Wow.
Oh yes. Oh my god. Sorry, Jason. Jason just looked like, man, I'm just sick of these dudes.
One thing that's though about Whoville, apparently Whoville is on a snowflake or something, or on a flower. Ain't it on like on a flower?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, because like Horton
Dr.
Hears a
Seuss.
Who. Yeah, Horton Hears a Who. It was like they were real small, which Horton was also played by Jim Carrey.
Horton Hears
So-
a Who and Whoville are in the same world.
Yeah, controlled by Jim
Universe.
Carrey.
I think
Controlled by Jim Carrey.
I think we can
Yeah,
pretty
'cause he
much
plays both.
I think we pretty much can determine at this point that Dr. Seuss was on a lot of hallucinogenics when he was making stuff.
He's very
'cause
creative. He was very
None of this stuff makes sense, and it's only you can. People come, man. You know what? What if the town is on a snowflake? It's just like in the morning, like he just woke up at 3 a.m. in the morning, and was like, "Yo, he's on a snowflake."
Was it a book first, or did he just make it into a movie? Like,
I'm
or
pretty
make it
sure
into,
it was
like,
a book.
song?
I mean, yeah, I think it's a book. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
definitely
pretty
think
sure it was a book. Yeah,
I remember the
that's-
book when I was a kid. I remember seeing the book. I don't know if the chicken came before the egg, but I definitely remember the book.
I'm pretty sure the book came first.
Right.
That's what Dr. Seuss was known for, and then they did the animation.
I feel like
Yeah, that wasn't even my.
the animation made it though. I mean, I feel like it's the music, the sounds. Like we know the song the way it sounds because of the animation.
Blew it up.
Standard,
Yeah.
you know? So
Yeah.
it's like, what year did
I mean,
it come out?
Isn't that typically what happens though?
Maybe the
Whenever they
60s.
make a it's old, but isn't typically what happens though when a movie everybody remembers the movie and not the book? Like I
Yep.
ain't know Color Purple was a book until I was like 20.
It was a
I was like,
book
Color
now.
Purple's a book. Color Purple's a book. What? I prefer the
Yeah.
movie anyway.
Yeah.
Give me the
Yep.
visuals.
Speaking of books, there is a Christmas Carol by what's
Charles
his name?
Dickens.
Charles Dickens.
Right.
And that I definitely had to bring that one up because
That's a
that has been
classic.
done. Yes, and
100
plus
times.
man, so many times.
It's like Hallmark and
1,000,
Lifetime redo it at least once. They both redo it.
Everybody
at least
does it. Yeah.
once. Versions. I mean, my favorite version of that outside of a Diva Christmas Carol is probably Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, which is loosely
Oh,
based off
yeah.
of it with Matthew McConaughey.
I
I actually thought that
yes.
was really funny.
That was different.
I have a friend that's in that movie.
Really?
No, look at you.
Yeah,
showing
yeah.
off.
No,
Show
well,
off.
she had a very, very small part. She's like
Is it-
no, she ain't. She don't play one of the girlfriends. She's like a hairdresser or something like that. She has a real
Oh,
quick
okay.
part, something like that. Yeah.
Hey, it's better than
That's
being
pretty
hairdresser
cool.
number 3.
I mean, you know?
I've only seen that movie once as well, but yeah, is it Emma Stone in that movie?
Probably.
I think she plays a ghost.
Yeah, I think she's one of the ghosts. Yeah,
Ghosts
she
of
was one of like.
Girlfriends Past.
She was funny. Yeah, she was funny in that.
'Cause you
yeah, I
have
like.
a lot of renditions. Scrooged.
It's too
Which
much.
I
It's
just
too
watched.
many.
Yeah, Scrooge
Bill
is pretty
Murray?
good with Bill
Yeah, the
Murray.
Bill
Yeah,
Murray.
that
Yeah.
was a modern day, even though it's the 80s now.
Modern day.
Scrooge McDuck.
Which-
pretty sure there's a
Scrooge McDuck. I love
there
that
is-
one. That's one of my
there's
favorites.
a Christmas. Yeah,
That's
there's
actually
a
probably
Christmas.
my favorite Christmas Carol rendition is that one.
It's the Mickey Mouse Scrooge
Yeah.
McDuck one.
And I mean,
'Cause
I
they
want to see
literally make
Patrick
a-
Stewart's again, but
Oh,
ahead,
that
Rick.
was 90s, right?
yeah, 99,
Patrick Stewart?
late 90s.
Because I think George C. Scott one was the 80s. He made one too. That one's on Paramount Plus. I picked the wrong one. It was gonna. And I
Was
just,
that
it
one
was
not
that
good?
one. It was so serious. I forgot how sad the story is. It was just really dramatic. It was much like
Yeah.
every other Christmas Carol has been played for like kind of like not really laughs, but it's been played a lot lighthearted.
Yeah,
Like this,
Yeah.
this felt like a dark version of
I mean,
of it. It
he's
was
being
very
visited by
Oh.
ghost.
yeah, but it wasn't even.
Story
I didn't
is
even
kinda
get.
dark.
I just got him talking to Bob Cratchit in his office in the beginning. It was like I don't remember the Christmas Carol being like this different. So I just didn't keep watching.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well,
I just watched one on Netflix.
what's it
This
called?
one it's called Scrooge: A Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah,
It's,
you did
it's a
tell me about
Netflix
that.
original. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's decent.
Who's in it?
What's his name? Oh man, that dude.
I don't know.
I'm at that age now. Kind of party. Your friends like, yo man, you coming out? I'm like, yo, who all in
Who
there?
there?
That's
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Who in
I
it?
don't blame
I
you.
hear you.
It's
Who in
only
it?
one famous person, and it's the guy who plays Scrooge, and it's the dude that's from. Oh man, he's from a lot of stuff. All right, so
Yeah,
he's in.
IMDb it.
John
Uh,
Hamm.
Brain.
Is it John
no,
Hamm
no,
again?
no, no. It's the dude. He played Gaston in the live action Beauty and the Beast. He was also in the live action Pinocchio. He's in. What was he in
He's a
Dracula?
unnamed
Something.
person.
No, he's
Bob
not unnamed.
Hoskins?
No, no. You're gonna make me look it up. 'Cause
I'm doing it now because I'm like, bro, I can't handle this anymore.
look up Beauty and the Beast or something or
Oh goodness. Why
Luke
are you
Evans. Luke Evans.
Luke
Oh
Evans.
man.
I would have
Yes,
never
man.
guessed that. I would have never gotten there. I would have
Yeah, I
never
don't know.
gotten there.
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought you said somebody famous, man.
Oh,
I better
just
stop.
thought he was in.
I'm never gonna make it in Hollywood.
Luke. So Luke Evans, if you're listening.
wow.
if you're listening,
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
But
I definitely have.
watch,
Oh, what you gonna?
I
Yeah, what you
want
gonna
to
say, Jason?
watch. It's called "It's a Christmas, Carol," as in like I don't know if anybody's seen that, but it's got Carrie Fisher in it, so it's one of those modern day takes. But I'm looking forward to seeing that. And fun fact, I played Scrooge in my high school Christmas play as a senior in high school, and that is actually
Ooh, so did he?
that's on YouTube. You can watch it.
Oh.
So
Another
yeah.
fun fact is
Send that link.
I've played a Scrooge character twice in plays at church. The first one was like Marcus was with me actually. Me and Marcus was in the same play. We played. It was like 3 Scrooges or something, and I forgot how the play
can
went. That
remember
was
that.
so long ago. Yeah,
That
it
was
was
like
so
the
long
early-
ago.
Because y'all were dancing.
That was
No,
early
we weren't
90s.
dancing.
No, we had a little
I do remember that.
song.
That was like
We are getting even this year. I remember that's the
Yes.
one part.
That was like 19. That was like when you were like
That was
in
92.
preschool. Yeah, not preschool.
Yeah, that was
preteen.
yeah.
That was when you were preteen.
Yeah, that was long. Yeah, long
we don't have
time
that
ago.
on tape. We just got like the last. 30
Because it was
seconds of
before
that.
tapes were invented.
Yeah,
I,
30 years ago.
I've played in real life.
You are Scrooge.
Sometimes
You have a
bah
Bob Cratchit.
humbug.
Who's your
Bah
Bob
humbug.
I need a Bob Cratchit in my life.
Everybody needs a Bob Cratchit. in their
It's
life.
like you can work. Get my paperwork on Christmas Day.
I have
some
been
emails.
called. I've been called a Scrooge or a Grinch before because I'm not. When people like get so hyped about like Christmas and I don't really, which is I'm the oddest person to pick the guest on this because I'm not a Christmas guy like that.
Wow.
And it's Josh's fault. He asked me, and I'm not gonna turn him down.
Wow.
No, like I'm not. So I do like Christmas, but like it's different now that I've gotten older because now it's like across the country, so I don't see them every single year for Christmas.
Yeah,
and it's more about like it's just a day when you don't wake up at kids opening presents.
Open up presents. Yeah.
It's just a day, and I don't really get
Yeah.
into the Christmas spirit to make like y'all not gonna get me consumers capitalism. Christmas until literally probably leading up to maybe like 2 weeks before Christmas. Then I'm like, all right, time to
You're not
listen
the type-
to.
You're not the type that put on Christmas music the day after Halloween.
No, not at all. Like I don't want to look. It is the best Christmas song that's been ever made, but I don't want to hear "This Christmas" by Donny Hathaway until we're in there. I don't want to hear "Silent Night" by the Temptations until we're like right up on. I don't want to hear Christmas music in the mall, and we ain't even had Thanksgiving yet. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want all that.
You know what? Usually I'm like that as well. I kind of force myself to put the tree up early. I usually don't put the Christmas tree up till
How early?
Christmas
did you put
Eve.
it up? Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve is usually when I put the tree. I'm
early for
dead
you?
serious. Well, this time I put it up a good maybe the 2 days after Thanksgiving this year.
Okay.
So I was trying. I've been watching Christmas movies. I was like, I'm
Oh,
trying.
you watch Christmas movies and you put up a Christmas. I feel like that's the only way to put up a Christmas tree. If you're not watching Christmas movies while you're putting up a Christmas tree, you're doing it wrong.
But yeah, another Christmas Carol we forgot to mention that people love is the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah, that's a good
People,
one.
Oh,
that is like the
yeah.
most beloved one.
I haven't
People
seen
love that one.
Dang, I haven't seen it. Whew. I think
I watched
Jordan
it
was
last year.
still. I think Jordan was still playing for the Tar Heels. I don't remember, man. It's been a while.
It
Wow.
hadn't been a while for me until I saw
Like
that it had a rebirth. Everyone was talking about it, so I rewatched it like 2 years ago, and I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good.
It stands. It
It
stands.
still stands."
Wow.
And Michael Caine plays it so serious. Like you got a bunch of
Mm.
Muppets in there acting crazy, and he's all like,
Yeah.
"Bah bug" and stuff.
Yeah.
And Jim Carrey also played a Scrooge as well.
Yes.
Other than a Grinch, he's
And then-
in Robert Zemeckis's Christmas Carol.
That's right. That was
Oh.
was that animated?
Yeah, it was animated. It was
Oh, okay.
all,
No wonder.
Yeah. The
But
dead eyes.
they made him look like him though.
Yeah, they did, and I think Jim
So-
Carrey voiced all the ghosts.
Wow. He
Yeah.
owned that space. Did anybody
Right, so
else
Jim
see
Carrey could be a Grinch, and a Scrooge.
and a Scrooge?
I'm
Did
with it.
anybody else see that Scrooge
Spirited.
Spirited, that's the name of it. Yeah, with
Yeah.
you like
Oh,
that?
the Will Ferrell, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I wanted to either. Was it good?
Yes, it's
enjoyed
good.
it.
I
Okay,
did,
Yeah,
too.
it's
alright,
a different
alright.
It's a
it's
very
a
modern
different
take of it's a different take on the Christmas Carol. It's not quite the Christmas Carol, but it's like in the universe of the Christmas Carol. If that makes
Well, I
sense.
mean,
basically it's kind of like a workplace where, I mean, it's not spoiling it, but like Real Pharaoh is the ghost of, well, they just Christmas present.
Christmas
That's
present. Yeah.
And so he works every year. They find the one to change their mind. So they just every Christmas they just do that. So that's their job. They got to find one person. They work the whole year to kind of build up their history and find out how to set up their Christmas past, present, and future. And so he's the ghost of, so he does a job. So it's a really interesting take because it shows the job behind the scenes. And Ryan Reynolds,
Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan's in it.
Yeah, Tracy
he
Morgan's
does.
the ghost of yet to come.
Yet to come. He is hilarious. He is
Yes, he
hilarious. Without doing a full review, he's probably my favorite character.
I was gonna say mine too. I was saying that Tracy Morgan is my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah.
He's going to be
It's a good
Tracy
cast,
Morgan
though.
in every
He's
movie.
got a great cast. Apple TV
Yeah,
trying to get
Octavia
you over there.
Spencer.
Yeah, Octavia
Oh,
Spencer
word?
did amazing. I know. Yeah, right.
All right, y'all sold. I mean, y'all sold me on the movie. I wasn't even really like pressed, but now I'm hearing Octavia Spencer and Tracy Morgan. I'm like, all right, I can take a peek.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah,
And
definitely
it's
check
not-
it out. It's good. It's
it's-
better than I thought.
I-
It's a musical though.
But they do make fun of that fact.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, which is that's very Christmassy. But they make fun of the fact that it's a musical. But that doesn't change the fact that it is.
I
All
can
right,
dig it.
so
I can dig it.
let's talk about the best TV show episodes that we can think of.
I want to start off with one.
Okay, go
Since we're
ahead.
talking about musical stuff.
If
I
you
wanna
still
talk
one of
about-
mine, I swear. If
I'm
you
just
still
gonna
one
say
of mine,
this is one. I don't know if you got this on your list, but it's the Abed Christmas special on Community.
Oh, yes. That's a good one.
I forgot about that one.
That's a good
That
one.
is a good one.
You
Yeah,
know,
that is a good one.
It was not on my list.
Not 3D. It was stop
It
motion.
was stop motion. Yeah.
Classic.
yeah.
And then I just watched it, but he's like, sad Christmas song, sad Christmas song. That's all he says in the. It's like hilarious. So it's very. I mean, meta. Abed is very meta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it does everything that you can think of that a Christmas specials do. So that's the good to set it up.
Nice. All right, I got a couple.
All right, let's
I'm
hear
just
it.
gonna churn them out. Let's
go. Let's go.
I'm not gonna put them in order of greatness. I'm just gonna put them in order. Fresh Prince, Boys to Men episode.
Yep. I was thinking that one.
You put my favorite group with my favorite show at the time, and it was just, of course, Will lied. And then that's when we learned a little name, which was Nicholas Michael Sean. Nicholas Michael Sean. Kanye Banks. And that's when we also had that moment where Jeffrey was made the Godfather, but we never heard that used again for the rest.
I know, right? It was
Only one
just for that episode.
That was it. Wow.
And I love how they jumped 5 years to see Nikki like 5 or 6 years old. One looks completely different, but when they actually do make it 5 years.
Aging
Like when he
fast.
actually does age him fast, everybody looks.
Right.
It's just so
That
funny to
was
me.
so trip.
It was just so funny. I go ahead. I'm sorry. I was going to rattle off my list.
Because I might steal one of yours. I might steal one of Jason's. I
I'm
don't
scared.
know.
I'm scared.
All right. I'm gonna say shoot. I want to say Family Matters. The episode where Steve and Laura switch places.
Dang, that was on my list. That was on my list. That was my next one. That was my next one.
Man.
Now, but I do.
That's a good one.
It's a good one. But speaking on Family Matters, though, for real, they did their final season. They did a Christmas special. And I consider that one their final episode because that was the final episode. You had all the characters.
That's
true. Aunt Rachel was actually there. And everything.
Yeah,
that was the last.
The original mom was still there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I was like, the grandma was there.
Richie,
everybody,
because Richie had left by then, kind of too. Because Richie was in and out by that season.
They were just milking everything after.
Yeah, they drowned after that. That's what I always respect.
Really low, quickly.
Right, and that's what I actually always respect about Family Matters. Because one of my issues with family sitcoms growing up as a kid, I really believe these people were family. So when someone leaves, it's not natural in real life for it's not natural for your brother to like go to college and just never come.
Right,
like and it bothers like he's not there. You know? He's not there for the weddings. They'll have, the TV shows will have weddings without family members. They will have funerals without Christmas holidays without members. They leave the show, they just never come back. Rachel, a major thing for the next several seasons, and then the grandma too was all like the people that we're naming was not on the show. The only person we were missing was Judy.
Yeah,
that would have been something else. If Judy was if Judy came downstairs and be like, "Hey, mom," and like I was like, "Yo." I did hear a rumor though. This is a little bit off, but I did hear a rumor that if they would have got renewed for one more season, Judy would have been brought back in. But by then they had a new mom. It just wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, it was just all over. So I consider the Christmas episode the last episode. But that Steve and Laura switch places, I love that episode.
Oh, that's one of my favorite episodes.
It's a rewatch. Constantly rewatch. I mean, you got
I just watched that 2 weeks ago. A week ago.
You know, the
TK Carter
Angel.
Oh yeah, that's right.
TK Carter.
And
Angel gets his wings.
And I love how it's like how horrible Laura is to Steve. Like it's just like she is so bad. Like he's clumsy. He did break all the gifts.
He did break all the gifts. It gets harder when I go back and watch. When I go back and watch Family Matters, it actually gets harder to sympathize with Steve. Sometimes I'm just like, you do mess up a lot, but at the same time, I think. Well, I will say this though: easily Kelly Williams' portrayal of Steve Urkel. It was so good. Oh my god, pitch perfect from the moment she stepped.
That's a good point.
She left. Oh my god.
And I loved how Harriet was the one that was real annoyed this time.
Yeah, she was
the place of Carl.
Yeah, because Harriet was always kind of neutral to Steve. She was annoyed by him, but she never was like outwardly rude to him. And she usually was the one to be like, Carl, take it easy. Steve is well-meaning.
She was actually one of the few people that was actually really nice to him. But yeah, she was, because I remember when his parents left out of town, she was like he could stay with us. I was like, no, so it was cool to see her that she was annoyed.
I can't believe you took one of mine though, bro.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
That was a standout one. That was a standout.
It was a standout.
It was standout.
Another Christmas episode I want to throw out there. So before we move on to movies and stuff,
you take one of mine.
I got like
it's a bunch of them. I know you got a bunch of them, but
I got 3 more.
But we gotta go through it quick. I'm gonna say The Simpsons. There's 2 Simpsons Christmas specials
on my list.
Is it? It's the very first episode.
What you
think? The very first episode of Simpsons, because that's what got it started.
It's literally a Christmas special.
Right. And the episode where they're all grown, which I consider to be the final episode of Simpsons. Where Bart and Lisa are like in their 40s and they got kids and they come to their parents' house for Christmas. I love that episode. That's one of the few newer Simpsons episodes I like.
I absolutely love all of the Simpsons Christmas episodes. I love all of Simpsons. But of course, the Simpsons first episode of The Simpsons is such a classic. I mean, it's like if you think about, I wanted to put that into the Christmas special category because it really is. Like it's like it was came out as a Christmas special, so you can just watch it as a standalone, and
Yeah.
that's kind of how
that's true.
how it was introduced.
I
And
mean,
they
their
were like,
dog is literally named Santa's Little
Santa's
Helper.
Little Helper. That's
Santa's
the name
Because
of
of
the
that
Little Helper,
episode. Yep.
And so, I mean, it's such a great episode with the classic singing, Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, Robin Lays an Egg. I mean, that's where they come from.
Yep.
It's like came from the Simpsons.
That's when we all wanted to be Bart.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
everybody,
Yep. Exactly.
as a kid, you wanted to be Bart.
That
All
was the
right.
thing.
So what you got, Rick?
One more.
Oh, you got one more?
One more.
All right.
Oh, yeah, one more.
One more Simpsons Christmas. Do you remember the one where he stole the?
Yep, I knew he was going to bring that one up. He stole the video game.
stole
That's
the
actually,
video game.
yeah, that's actually one of their heartfelt ones. I like that one.
Yeah,
because they went and took a family picture and Bart couldn't be in it and stuff, and then but he went and got a picture, took it on his own.
To her,
Yeah, Marge was actually upset with Bart. That was the only episode
Only
she's
time.
ever been pissed off at Bart.
Never seen her that mad before.
He went to Millhouse Mom and said, "Can you do mom stuff with me?" It was horrible.
Man.
Well, it was a sweet ending because he came in and took a picture of himself and put it in the family portrait, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of sweet."
Golf video game.
Oh, man.
You remember that golf?
I still think about that golf video game.
Oh my goodness.
Would you like to play again? You selected no.
That episode is amazing.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's a classic. So what you got, Brick? What was the other ones?
Oh man, you stole my thunder with the. I should have known that was going to be the one you would turn. I should have just said it. I know.
Mhm.
I should have said it first, and then but he probably would have had Fresh Prince in his back pocket too. I'll say my next one is the ones we've discussed, but I'll say we're probably around the same time as the first Simpsons, but Different Worlds episode when Whitley was mean to Freddie, and so now they did a Christmas type thing too to show the past, present, and future. They did the same thing, and it was Sinbad played the present, and the past was done by Don Lewis, and then her mom, and then Don Lewis did the future, and they showed the future as if Freddie and Dwayne had a bunch of kids that all like little red kids and stuff like that.
I don't think.
That was a good episode. Well, they did.
What season is it?
That's season 2, I think. I think season 2, and they did a version of that I literally remember it word for word. It was so much fun.
Oh my goodness!
I think it was first day of Christmas. My true love gave to me an MC Hammer CD. This shows you how old this is. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 butts of bumping to my MC Hammer CD. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French kisses. Bumping to my MC Hammer CD.
Oh my god!
On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me
you remember
4 flunking freshmen, 3 French kisses, 2 butts of bumping to my MC Hammer CD. And on the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me rings. But yeah, I remember. But yeah, it was such a.
Check this out today.
Yeah, me too. I
think that was the first time I had ever seen the Christmas Carol like that. I think all of it, which like I mean, I was so young and I really didn't even know what the Christmas Carol was. But that was my first introduction to the Christmas Carol theme. And I got my last one. Let me just turn this out. I don't think anybody has this on this list, but I got to say it. It was a 2-parter. Saved by the Bell episode.
Definitely not on my list.
Christmas at the mall, where basically they run into, they all working at the mall. Well, half of them working at the mall.
I do.
And they run into the homeless man in the bathroom who ends up fainting. They help him out. Turns out his daughter works at the store with Kelly, and they're both homeless, and they try to help them out by doing. Wow. And they're doing a live play version of A Christmas Carol, in a way to promote the store that they work for in order to get them give the daughter money to buy a jacket to give to the basically. Wow. Yeah, and it was a 2-parter.
That one.
Yeah. We never saw the girl. We never saw the girl again. We never saw her dad again. Never heard from him. Of course.
That's usually the case.
But yeah, it was a fun episode, and I remember it because it was different because it was a 2-parter when I was a kid. You didn't get 2-parters on teen television like that. So I remember
yeah. Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
All right, so What are y'all's go-to Christmas movies that you love? I'm gonna start. Home Alone. Home Alone is like number one for me. Like I can't tell you how many times I've seen Home Alone, but I can quote the movie. I'm gonna watch it again this year. It's my number one go-to Christmas movie of all time right now for me.
All I need to hear is doom 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 doom
That's
doom
my Christmas.
doom doom doom. That's when I know it's Christmas.
That's how you know it's Christmas. Yeah.
I watched like 10 minutes of it before it went to a commercial break when I was flipping channels like last couple days ago. Actually, I was flipping channels and
keep the change,
Animal.
you filthy ass. That's literally what I was about to say in my mind. That's just like that's the line. Oh my goodness! Keep the
How did
the animal?
How did the cops? So how did the cops not show up? Why did that pizza dude not go to the cops and be like, y'all realize this man in his house just shot a machine gun while I was delivering his pizza
in the suburbs of
Chicago?
Like,
I had to take off running. I thought I was gonna die. Y'all need to go to this house.
Oh my goodness!
And arrest this man who tried to kill me. He said he was gonna pump my guts full of lead.
I'm gonna give you to the count of 10, snakes. Snakes to the count of 10. Snakes.
Yo, when I was a kid, I actually thought that was a real movie. I did not know they made it.
I was an adult before I realized it was not a real movie.
Me too.
They made that into.
They made that just for the. But what
for the movie?
To make it where
But what 10-year-old sits around and watches a movie from like 1950?
It's because he wasn't supposed to watch it. That's why.
That's true.
That's the whole point. It was like it's got too much violence. He's not supposed to watch it. It's gonna give him nightmares. So he's like, I'm intrigued. I'm gonna watch it because I'm gonna be bad. You know.
That was basically his Scarface.
Do you remember Fuller's face when he was like, Fuller, go easy on the Pepsi.
On the Pepsi.
His face.
I know, like, I'm gonna pee.
I'm gonna pee all over you. I'm gonna pee all over you. You know what's
the funniest line to me?
I just
oh my goodness.
I just recently too went and looked up who was siblings and who was cousins in the because I couldn't remember
the actual family tree because
there's actually
it's complicated.
Yeah, because if you go on like Home Alone fandom, I think one of the fandom sites, they literally list all of the family members. Yeah, because I couldn't remember. I was like, how many brothers did he have? I didn't realize the redhead kid was his brother and that was his sister. I thought it was so many kids.
Sisters. He had two brothers and two sisters.
Yeah, he was in the middle.
And that's
why he was the youngest. He was the
youngest. That's right. He was the youngest. That's right.
Yeah. His mama could forget about him because he's got so many kids.
Yeah, it was so many people. So
they had 5.
Brick, what's your go-to movie? What's your best Christmas go-to movie?
Home Alone is obviously a classic as well. It's weird. Actually, it's a Christmas movie. I hate to throw this off. I always do this kind of. It plays every single Christmas, so I can't help but it go correlated with Christmas. But the Jackson 5 American Dream is my main. Because they play it, but they play it every Christmas. Like I remember that as a kid, TV around every Christmas on VH1. So it was Jackson 5.
Oh, hey, they understand that.
I know that's not a count.
That counts.
Yeah, it could count if that's when they play it. The Jacksons are known for some Christmas songs,
because we had a Motown Christmas CD when I was a kid too. Yeah. So, but I remember after we opened presents and we ate breakfast and we were playing with American Dream would be on at least by 3 o'clock in the and it's like a 5-hour movie, so it's on all day. And we don't really it's background noise after a while. We're not really watching it, but it's there. Go-to Christmas movie at this point is this Christmas, but I do love Home Alone. I was gonna say Home Alone as well because about that movie that as a kid, like even watching it as an adult, a movie that I'm just like entertained by. But like as a kid, like there was nothing better than Home Alone and nothing bigger than Macaulay Culkin.
No, you're right.
I'm gonna embarrass Marcus real quick because I know he's listening. Marcus drew a picture. I know he's gonna start laughing. He's listening to this. Marcus drew a picture when he was little of him and Macaulay Culkin being friends, and he was introducing Macaulay Culkin to his parents, and they were holding hands.
That's how friends. They're just best friends. Wow.
he thought he was
Macaulay
thinking of
Culkin,
Kevin
this is my
McAllister as his best friend.
Wow. That is
I remember seeing that picture. So I was cracking up. I still mess with him about this day.
How do you know it's not true? Not true. Just saying. Let that man manifest. He was doing vision boards at 8.
Come on now.
Let that man manifest.
So yeah, Brick's got to go.
Sorry guys,
no problem. So everyone, y'all follow him on Instagram as the Brick Jackson.
Brick Jackson.
Yep. The Brick Jackson. So we'll see you later, Brick.
Hey, but right before I go, I always got to say something before I go. I want to thank you, brothers, for allowing me to be a part of this, I guess. And thank you guys for letting me be a part of this, man. This has been, I don't know how many I've done this year, but this has been one of the joys. Talking with like-minded brothers about our like-minded interests. But also I want to wish everyone, especially you guys, a Merry Christmas.
A happy Christmas and a Merry New Year.
A happy Christmas and a Merry New Year. For real, man. Kwanzaa. Y'all happy Kwanzaa. Y'all are some solid brothers, man, and I really appreciate y'all like letting craziness and letting me into the brotherhood a little bit. I appreciate that.
No problem, man. Hey,
much love for you guys.
You'll be back on in 2023 as well.
Hey, brothers. All right, y'all. Kuna Matata.
All right, man. Peace.
Lion King is also a Christmas movie. Discuss. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Discuss.
Leave that with that. Leave us with that thought. All right.
Discuss.
Because it's a family movie. And
oh goodness, and he's out. Oh man.
So, Lion King is not a Christmas movie.
We can't discuss that.
I don't know how to make that into a Christmas movie. So, no. Jason, what's your go-to Christmas movie?
Wife.
Oh,
The Preacher's Wife. I feel like me and Brick talked about that at one point, but that is absolutely my top go-to Christmas movie. I mean, it's so pro-black, amazingly.
I've only seen it once.
I've seen it a lot of times. You've only seen The Preacher's Wife once.
Yeah, wow. I have only one time.
I watch it all
long time ago.
I think I have the DVD. I've watched it multiple times, and I mean, it's it's feel good. It's came out. I mean, Whitney Houston's amazing voice. Because she sings some songs, so they're doing some of that stuff, but it's interesting because it's funny. I think I saw Kev on stage talking about this not too long ago. But it's like you got this dude Denzel. He had everybody rooting for Whitney Houston to cheat on her husband with an angel.
Oh wow!
That's kind of what it was. He was an angel. Denzel was his angel that came to help the father.
Yeah. I gotta watch it again because I was kind of like, oh, he's trying to have a little affair with her.
Yeah, it was weird, but I enjoyed it. It gives me all the feels.
Oh, okay. All right. So, other movies, I'll just list because I do want to go back and watch them because like nothing holds up to Home Alone, but I know a lot of people watch Elf. I'm gonna try to watch Elf again, and that's Jon Favreau directed that and starring Will Ferrell. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a Jon Favreau movie. So yeah. Pre Iron Man.
That definitely I had the Elf vibes when I was watching Spirited.
Oh yeah. They do a little shout out to Elf in that movie. Did you catch that little shout out?
What was the shout out?
Oh, you didn't. Oh, so all right. This is a little bit of a spoiler for Spirited, but it's just one little scene. Will Ferrell, he sees this person wearing an elf costume. He was like, "You look stupid."
Oh, I do remember that. I remember that. Yep. That's not spoiling it.
I know. That's why I was like, let me just say that little clip.
I do remember that was funny. Another movie that I think that reminds me of Christmas is Jingle All the Way.
Oh man, I need to watch that movie again. I've only seen that one once too.
That is it sets up the element of because I'm like that's something that we don't really think about today. The way that you gotta get all of for one toy. I mean, technically, the PlayStation 5 was kind of like that, but they don't
Yeah.
really have toys like that.
Yeah, because when Tickle Me Elmo, that was the thing
and
back
that
in the
was
day.
why, like
That was yeah.
that movie came out during that time, so it was like it's set.
Yeah.
I think it tells you the way the world was in the mid 90s. So it's like you gotta have this one toy and you gotta find the one toy. You gotta do everything you can to get that one toy. So yeah.
Right.
And seeing
then you got the
Arnold
go ahead.
Schwarzenegger as a doing comedy.
Oh yeah, that was cool to see him do that.
In his
Yeah,
prime of like action movies,
right in between Terminator movies.
Yeah.
He's in between Terminator movies
Yeah.
doing this. You know,
Doing
that's
this
crazy.
childhood comedy.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I had to watch that again. Him and Sinbad. That was a crazy movie. Then you got the action movies that some people turn to. The biggest one people talk about is Die Hard.
right.
I watched Die Hard like 2 years ago for the first time in a while. Now, one thing I want to say about Die Hard. Now, we're children of the 80s, which means that a lot of rated R movies came out in the 80s and we got to watch them. So I watched Die Hard as a kid. Of course I did, because a lot of kids did. It's not a kid movie, obviously, but kids watch Die Hard. Come on. And this is one thing I remembered. I hadn't watched it in years, but I always knew the plot. I remembered him stepping on glass and pulling out glass out of his feet. That just got me. That I remember that at 8 years old.
It's very vivid to remember. I mean,
Did I remember it in my 40s? I was like, yep. I remember that part. But it's still a great Christmas movie. You got Carl Winslow in that movie before he was Carl Winslow.
Yeah, that's true. Then you got Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. The first Lethal Weapon.
That's happens Christmassy, and so it's categorized as a Christmas movie.
Right, it is. Yeah.
All the Christmas holiday decorations and songs and stuff.
Right. Then you have some newer movies are out that I'm like, I was telling Jason that he should watch. You should watch the movie Violent Night. It's in theaters right now, starring David Harbour from Stranger Things. And he plays Santa. They do it just like Die Hard, where he's they literally do it like that. They even shout out to Die Hard. They literally shout out to Die Hard. It's everything about it. I was like, it's like if Santa Claus was in Die Hard. And I do like that Santa has become a badass nowadays.
Yeah.
So that's kind of been the thing lately, because there's this other movie called Fat Man with Mel Gibson playing Santa Claus, and he's like fighting a bunch of terrorists and stuff as well. So it's crazy how they do that.
It was pretty good. I enjoyed it when I watched it. But you're saying that Violent Night is better, so I look forward to checking that out.
Yes, that might be my new go-to Christmas movie.
Speaking of not quite violent, but kind of Bad Santa. The movie.
I think I'm gonna check out Bad Santa again.
Yeah,
I saw it popped up and I was like, I want to see Bad Santa again. I also want to see Daddy's Home 2 again. Daddy's Home 2 is a Christmas movie. It's very underrated. It's with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. I do remember that.
And Mel Gibson's in that one as well. So Mel Gibson does a lot of Christmas. Mel Gibson plays. I guess Mel Gibson and then Will Ferrell do a lot of Christmas movies, and they did one together.
Yep.
So that's what you do.
Is Mel Gibson. What's the other one?
Fat Man.
Fat Man is Mel Gibson. Yeah. So,
yep.
Okay.
And then Daddy's Home 2.
Okay. That's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I only watched it once, but it was like 3 or 4 years ago when I watched it. But I saw the trailer of it again, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna watch this one again. It's silly. It's I remember enjoying it. I didn't remember hating it. So, because like I didn't remember A Bad Mom's Christmas. They did A Bad Mom's Christmas. I don't remember that movie at all. And I watched it like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, at all. Then you have the Christmas classics. Now, the classics what I was talking about is like It's a Wonderful Life. They parry that one a lot. That's probably one of the only classics I
It's
watched.
considered a Christmas movie.
It's definitely considered a Christmas movie, even though they don't do a Christmas theme to it to the very last 30 minutes of the movie. It's a long movie. From what I remember, I haven't watched it recently. As I get older, I find that I enjoy black and white movies more, but when I was younger, I didn't. It just kind of went over my head, so I was like kind of bored and stuff. So I still got the memory of watching it when I was young, which means I
1946.
only, huh?
Came out in
1946.
1946. Yeah, it's only 2
So,
hours and 10 minutes.
oh, it just felt long to me when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember the last part of it was the Christmas part, and I did enjoy that, where he, wish he was never born, and he meets Clarence the angel and stuff, and he tells him.
Yeah.
So a lot of people parody that a lot, like wish you never
they
were
do that.
born and stuff. And
Right.
I always like that story because I kind of want to see how it would be like if I was never born and see what the world would be like sometimes just because of that little story.
Yeah.
Not that I would want to kill myself because the story's kind of dark because dude wanted to jump off a bridge.
Yeah.
He was
dealing with a housing crisis.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was part of the challenge. It was like he was trying to get, I think it was like a foreclosure on his home, loans were closed. Like it was one of those, it was really adult problems. So
right. It's a very adult movie. That's why I was like, I need to watch it again as an adult. Yep. You got any classics? Because that's the only main classic I can think of. I've never seen Miracle on 34th Street or anything like that.
Yeah, it's about being Santa Claus being real. So it's always that's a running gag on a lot of different specials or shows or whatever. It's like Santa Claus isn't real, but he's like really real. So like Miracle on 31st Street does it. Another
right.
I mean, I would say a classic that I would say Donald would agree with me on this one would be A Christmas Story. That's a classic.
Oh yeah, well, how dare I not mention that movie?
Yeah, so
I actually had planned on watching that too.
Yeah, so that's one of those movies that for those that it would play all the time, 24 hours a day for like a week.
Right, a week. I thought it was just for a day. I thought they would be playing. I thought it was like Christmas Eve. It will play like nonstop.
I'm just saying exaggerating, but I'm just like it would be playing nonstop all the time. So like I don't think I never really watched it in order. It's just like you turn
right. Nobody has, I swear.
So you figured out with the rest of it, but they came up with a sequel.
Yeah, they did. And like the funny thing about Christmas Story, because it was on cable and you would see it on cable running over and over again, nobody would ever rent it. And now we're living in the age of streaming. So I just put it on last year because I was like, I think I put it on Christmas Eve or so and just let it play because I was like, I miss this. I like that movie. Mm-hmm. Like it's a comfort movie, It's like it's
got a nice narration, his face expressions and his imaginations. It's a classic. It really is. I mean, it really is a classic. It really is.
Right.
Images.
It's a nice movie. You'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah,
you got the kid with his tongue on the ice and stuff.
That's a classic. I feel like that created that. That move. That image. You see that done more. The
right. Yeah.
The Fragile box. Like so it's a lot of.
When saw Santa, that whole slide thing, that was weird.
Yeah.
It was a pretty. Yeah, it's a sweet movie though. But you have a new movie coming out to it. Well, not coming out. It's come out already. 8-Bit Christmas.
No, that's pretty good.
I think that was pretty good because it's done in that style. And they do it where it's like he wants a Nintendo, which we can relate to.
Right. So it's more.
That's what I like.
It's not going to say modern day because it's from the 80s, but it's like that movie was made when it was made in the 80s or something like that.
Yeah, it's
past.
Right, so exactly. It's reminiscent on the past. So it's like our generation would reminisce on the past, which would be the 80s and
exactly.
on
so
the
kind of like
Nintendo and stuff. Right.
Which is great. I need to rewatch that because that's definitely something that I enjoyed to watch.
I think. Yeah, because I'm not really a Christmas movie kind of guy except for Home Alone, but I'm like I might just put some movies on just to have them on. Just have them on.
I'm a Christmas
give them
movie
good
guy.
feelings. Oh, okay. So The next category, I know Jason, this is his favorite category. The
My
lifetime,
my
the
favorite category.
lifetime Christmas movies. Jason, tell us
I
all about the lifetime Christmas
absolutely,
movies.
I love those movies. Lifetime Hallmark Christmas movies. I immediately, as soon as I see them dropping, I'm like, put me on one, no matter what it is, it's gonna play. And there's the same plot. The girl,
Same plot every time.
she she has a job
In the big city. Yep.
And she has to, she might make partner or get a promotion or whatever.
And sometimes she's engaged. She's engaged
or general person. He could be a nice guy,
or usually, asshole.
But usually you don't realize at first. Sometimes you don't realize that he's a nice guy until later. But then, or he's like a straight up just a jerk at the beginning. But she's making it. But end up some kind of tension happens where she ends up going to, some smaller town, the Christmas, which is very Christmassy like. And she meets this rugged guy that's, that's different. He's holding the city on his back. The town, they could be like, man, we hope this town it survives. This is our, we got our one.
And
Christmas
they bump heads.
Special.
And they have to bump heads first.
They always have tension. They're like, why are you doing this?
Well, why are you like this? Well, why are you like this?
And then they fall in love. And that all happens within 2 days.
Right. They're in love by Christmas Day.
So I don't know. You've seen this story. Lindsay Lohan is in a movie on Netflix that is just like that.
Oh goodness.
But she actually bumps her head and forgets who she is. She's like this wealthy girl, has a jerk boyfriend or fiance or whatever. And she ends up meeting this guy that's, in the Christmas town trying to survive and his thing, but she doesn't remember who she is, and so she ends up being in this Christmas town, and they have this big event, and she falls in love, and all that stuff. I love it. I love all of it. Simpsons did it. They made fun of that.
Of course.
So they just made a whole episode with that, which was it was from the girl's perspective, which was great.
I might rewatch that one.
Homer was so about milking the people, because it was basically they moved into the town to film the movie, and so they were filming a Christmas movie in Springfield, and so the girl from the big city came to Springfield to work. So it's kind of meta, but she falls in love with Skinner,
Principal Skinner. He's the guy
he's like, you got an amazing boyfriend and fiance, go with him. That's how it is. So yep, and I actually did watch 12 Pups of Christmas this time.
Oh, you did? Right. What'd you think about it? What you gonna think? What you think about it?
It was absolutely garbage. I loved every second of it.
You loved every second, and it was literally what we described, right?
Yeah. So
everything we just described.
She was from the big city, but she had a dog, so that was the thing. It was the only thing. It was
that was the only difference.
Every Lifetime movie has to have its thing,
Yeah.
There's two categories of those movies. It's either something magical and supernatural could happen, or it's purely just love. That's the two options of those Lifetime movies. So one of the ones I really liked, I thought it's really good. Not in a bad way, but actually a good way. Is 12 Dates of Christmas with Mark Paul. Is it Gosler?
Mark Paul Gosselaar?
Gosselaar, yeah. So it's actually done really good. I mean, it's one of those, one of those Groundhog's Day things. They do that a couple times. And so I think you actually like it. I mean, it's
okay,
it's a romantic comedy, but it's interesting the way they do it. So I enjoyed it. Maybe you might, maybe you won't.
There's a Disney special that I tend to watch a lot. Other than the Christmas Carol Disney, there's a Mickey's Wish Upon a Christmas, and it's the 2D animated one, and it starts off with Huey, Dewey, and Louie. They wish it was Christmas every single day. So they can just get their presents every day. And the day repeats itself over and over again.
I got tired of it.
They did. And,
I remember that.
I actually watched that. I watched that special several times at this point. It's come out when I was an adult, and I've watched it like 3 or 4 times now. Because the second part is about Max. Because the second part is about Goofy and Max is a little kid, and he wants to believe in Santa Claus, and I think Pete, ruins that for Max, and so but Goofy is like pretending to be Santa Claus for this other family, and Max helps him and stuff. It's a sweet little story. So like I remember those two, but then you have Mickey's story, and I completely forget every time what Mickey's story is. He's always the least interesting character.
Wow.
But the the DuckTales one and the Goof Troop one is great. I love those stories. So I guess that would be my underrated Christmas thing that I was talking about or whatever. But what I want to share, if you want to share something as well, my personal Christmas stuff.
Oh.
Now this is what so this is my as a creator, content creator. All right, so leave it up to Christmas. The very first YouTube video I ever did was called Santa's Tip. And it's live action. It's me and Santa Claus. I will post it very soon. It started my YouTube channel. It kicked off my YouTube channel.
First. So you're like
that's my very yes, I know, right? I'm the Simpsons. Yep. My Christmas special kicked me off to being a filmmaker for a YouTuber.
Wow.
Kicked me off to be a YouTuber.
Live action like that.
No, I know. That's what's so funny about it. That's my first YouTube, my first live action video.
The first YouTube video is a live action video.
And you will see me. Wow. It's starring me, Marcus, and Santa. Wow.
Shout out to Santa if you're listening, hopefully.
Yeah, me and Santa are actually good friends right now.
Legit.
That's
you should read the message, the Facebook message that Santa wrote on Josh's wall. Like, it's been amazing to see you grow and mature. And
like me and Santa really close.
Everything you want Santa to say to you. He said
it. People don't believe me.
Absolutely said it.
Like he believes he's like, Josh, you're doing great. I'm proud of you. I'm like, thanks, Santa.
All those things. And because you only worked with him for like one season, right?
One season. That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
Y'all became friends. See, that's good.
Yeah.
That means
and it was it was good out of that because it was I've had I got some bad Christmases, but I do Trent. Well, yeah, I've had some rough Christmases. I had quite a few rough Christmases, but every Christmas I tend to find the light out of the bad situation and make it a good Christmas. I had one Christmas where I was completely alone, completely 100% by myself, and I made the best of it. I went and got a bunch of cookies and eggnog and milk and stuff and watched a bunch of Christmas specials, and I enjoyed myself that entire day. I said, I'm not going to let my situation ruin my time, no matter what. Yeah. That's, and of course, I have a bunch of Christmas specials I made with my characters of Fox. So
they do Christmas specials, and they play off of a lot of things we talked about already. So
yeah, they do. I do a parody of almost everything we talked about, even real life stuff. So. And I've even written some Christmas plays as well. I've starred in Christmas plays. That's when I first became an actor. Like like my first starring role, period, was in a Christmas play.
Which one was that?
So I think it wasn't Christmas in the it wasn't Christmas in the Hood. That was later. It was before that where I played like a Scrooge type guy, and his mom was sick and she couldn't move and stuff like that, and I had to go around finding the Christmas spirit and stuff.
Oh
yeah, it was I wish we had that on. Yeah, so
but we do have Christmas in the Hood on I uploaded that on YouTube. So
yeah, I'm starring in that. That's when I'm starring in, aka Josh's Journal Christmas, because that one kind of feel like a Josh's Journal Christmas. Yeah, you got all the people that's Josh's Journal's based off of.
They're in there.
Yeah, that's what. So
play.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Angel
so
wears shades.
And then I directed a play. Well, I directed a play called Xmas that's starring Marcus. Legend of Xmas, and then I also did a Christmas play with me and Marcus where puppets, a puppet Christmas. So
yes, I remember that.
Christmas apparently is a big part of my life.
Apparently so. Yeah.
If it wasn't for Christmas, I wouldn't be who I am today as an actor and content creator. Got to say, for real. So that's my personal experience. So
It's
that's my
always the
personal
thing of
experience with that.
those specials.
Yeah. So you got anything before
Not
we?
not compares to that. Yeah, I'm wearing a Christmas hat and I do
And a
put up the
sweater.
Christmas tree. Um, I like we got some Christmas traditions that we used to do.
Yes. Yes. We used to go over to another family and meet up with them. We would make gingerbread houses.
Yeah, that's something
So
that was really
that
good.
was a tradition we stuck to. We haven't done this in years because this was back when we were young, like kids. So now gonna probably try to bring that back because now me and Andy are going to make a gingerbread house, and this is going to be the first time I made a gingerbread house in years.
That's good, man. Do that because I made one. I got the mold to make not clay mold, but the mold to bake the actual gingerbread, and I made it from scratch with the recipe a couple years ago for the first time
Mm.
ever. Because that was the year I think I was by myself so much. It was 2020, so it was like y'all was taking Christmas pictures together. And,
Oh,
I
that's
had to
right, we
Photoshop
did.
myself.
Well, I know technically,
It was Thanksgiving, but
we took.
still.
Yeah, it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the Christmas tree is up, and y'all had all Christmas outfits and the matching outfits and everything as a family. And I'm like, wow. So I'm like,
So yeah,
so yeah,
nowadays as a family, the way we celebrate Christmas is pretty much. I hardly see Jason on Christmas.
yeah.
Um, last year
That
that
was
was the
the
first.
first
That
in
was
like
one of the only
over
times.
a decade,
But
probably.
yeah, exactly, over a decade.
We don't
But
see each other
with
on Christmas
right,
at
but
all.
with our sister Siobhan, I tend to spend Christmas with Siobhan a lot more because we live closer together. So
Yeah, and I usually see Siobhan after Christmas during Kwanzaa for our conference that we go to like every 3 years. So that's a conference
oh,
we went to since 2006. We've been going to every
nice.
3 years. So at least I see her every 3 years on Christmas ish, at least Kwanzaa. But yeah, I haven't seen y'all that much.
And I definitely want to share the story. I know we shared it on a podcast before of when I gave you that X-Men figure, that X-Men
Oh
toy.
yeah.
Because
Yeah, we did that
that was a
last year.
Christmas thing. So I did that last year. So just in case you didn't listen before, I bought Jason an X-Men action figure when we were kids. When I was like a teenager, he was a kid. And there's video of him opening it up, like, and he got Colossus, and he was like, yelling, Colossus, and he rips it open. And so that Colossus toy stuck around for 25 years because it was in my possession the whole time. And so so fast forward exactly 25 years later, to the day, and I wrap it
Christmas
up and I
morning.
hand it to him and I record him,
Yeah,
and
that
he
was fun.
almost reacts the exact same way.
25 years later. Yeah,
It's
that's
exactly
unbelievable.
25 years
Wow.
later. So maybe another 25 years. We'll see what happens.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, it's sitting on my the figures in my TV stand in the front room. So
Good. Don't lose it because it's
yeah.
been hanging around for 25 years.
Yep.
Well, 26 years now going on.
Mhm.
All right. So tell everybody where to follow you at.
Yeah, I think you can look me Smiley Jason _ on the Instagram, smileyjason.com. Oh, yeah, I got some last thoughts.
Okay.
But you tell people where to follow you because it's
Oh, okay. Follow me as Prop Josh on all the social media platforms. YouTube, Prop Josh Parodies, and Instagram is Prop Josh _ Productions, and TikTok is just Prop Josh. So just remember the name Prop Josh.
That's great. So I got an email. And it's from Donald. Legit.
Okay.
He was like, we were laughing around. He's like, I hope that you don't. I hope that you have no fun at all. But no, he emailed me this poem and a note. This is what it says. This is our final thoughts. Looking through the window on a Christmas morn, I see the family Christmas crowd. Molly, Aunt Sarah, Bob, and Norm. unloading their car while singing out loud. I come down the stairs, all smiles and jolly, inviting them in and being all nice. What did I do to deserve this folly? Please, could I just re-roll the dice? What if I tell them what I really think? That Molly is ugly and Aunt Sarah really stinks. That food is cold and I just want to drink. However, I can't. I'm frozen like a sphinx. Emotionally in hell, but I will be nice, laugh, and talk with everybody. Trying to be sweet as sugar and spice, but my mind is still on my toddy. Toddy me here, toddy me there, toddy me everywhere. Please, can I just be me? I do not want to be here. Really, I just want to flee. Blissfully soon, chatter is hazy. The wine is doing its thing. I'm drunk, happy, perhaps a bit crazy. My mind says goodbye and goes ding-a-ling. This is so silly. All right, so this is what Donald says. P.S. Hold up a glass to the ones we've lost this year. Remember to cherish the good times. Hug and kiss those around you. Give a call to those that aren't. Be an ear to those who need it. Remember to love one another, for tomorrow may not come. Cheers and be merry, he says. Love y'all. Vinyl whiskey. And I'm a drink. The vinyl whiskey.
All
Good
right.
night.
Good night.